Here we've got this rather nice Kenwood amplifier. It's one from the late 90s. It's a KA-5090R, so it's quite a mid-range model. It even comes with remote control. So let's see what's wrong with this machine. It helps if I give it some power. Right. Okay, so we've got output, that's good. So we'll look under here, see what we've got. It's on A and B at the moment. Oh, what are you doing? That's changing on its own, the input selector. I don't know if you saw that then. I didn't even touch that, and it was changing on its own. I just turned that. It's not doing it now. But that was... Oh. We've got a dodgy input selector. And that could be something as simple as it's just dirty, or it could be it's worn. You do have a remote control, so you can bypass it. Obviously, we need to see what's going on with that. I mean, it could be a dry joint even, so we'll open the machine up and see what's going on with that. Check for any dry joints and give it a clean as well while we're at it. Yeah, it seems once it gets to about this position, it seems to be. Yeah. Right, let's sort it out. So we've got two screws, oh, not 3 screws, just 2 screws on this side. Where'd that screw go? Hiding from me. And we've got 3 on the back. Now, to be honest, it looks very clean inside. I'll just zoom in and let you guys have a look. There's no like layers of dust or anything. It looks quite nice and tidy. So I'm gonna have to get this front panel off, no matter what, because everything's behind this shield. Even if it's just a case of it being a dirty selector, still going to need to get to it to clean it. So that's going to be fun. Let's have a look. Now we don't need to take those little ones out there for the hinge. Put those back in. Can't get that one back in now. Sod's law. Wait until we've have to take these knobs off. Lost my nut spinner at the moment, so I have to just use this pair of pliers. I do need to get more organised. There isn't one on that one. I wonder if someone's been in that before then, because I would have thought there'd been a nut on there, but there isn't. There's a nut on this one, but not on that one. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Yeah, there was a nut on this one, but no, not on that one, which is interesting. So I wonder if someone's tried to be in this before. We shouldn't need to take those off. Hopefully we can start sliding everything off now. Right, so the bottom is loose. Is there a screw hiding under there? Might be a screw hiding. I think we've got a screw hiding under here. Let's have a look. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a screw under there. Should give us a bit more leeway on that one. I'll have to cut this one as well here. that will unplug if we remove all this. There we go. That's off there. Gives us a bit of space. We've got a little connector there. Just push it down to release it. That one's out. And just this one here now. And again, if we just, well, that's a clip one, is that? So we need to just lift that up. There we go. So other than that earthing screw, we should be able to drop the front and see what's going on. If we just remove the power switch here, then we can take the front panel away. I'm not getting with that. There we go. Take those screws out. We've now got the front panel, so we can see what's going on. Right, where was the input selector? It was that one in the middle. So it's this board here we need to look at. I mean, first impressions, they don't look great. So I think we'll reflow those. A bit of a closer look. Yeah, that one looks like it's broken there. So we'll put the old weller on and reflow those. And then we'll take the board out and give it a good clean. Just pop this board off a minute. It's actually an open design, is that as well. You can see the wipers in there, so definitely wants a good clean. So we'll get some contact cleaner. This is good. This contact cleaner I use, it's good stuff because it's also a lubricant as well. So it's the Servasol. A lot of contact cleaners are just a cleaner. This one's got a lubricant in it as well, so it helps keep everything, you know, any greases that you get rid of, it replaces them basically. Okay, so we'll just pop this here a minute and we'll give it a good squirt. Let it all drip through. You can hopefully hear the difference now in that already. One last for a good look. Yeah, it feels a lot better. So what we'll do is we'll just let that dry for a few minutes. Get the worst of it up. Just keep coming back and giving it the odd turn. Okay, so we've left that to dry now. That feels a lot better. So we'll pop this back in. So while I've got this open, we'll just give these pots a quick clean down here. Same with the volume one, which is enclosed, so it should be okay, to be quite honest. So we'll leave that. I mean, it actually feels okay, does that? And there wasn't any static when I was trying it earlier. Give everything a quick wipe. We can pop the front back together now, so we just need to put this power switch back in. Just need to pop that earth tag on first. Everything's clipped back into place there. And just start putting all the screws back in. Pop all these cables back in now that we've disconnected. Let's put a tie wrap on there, hold it back in place. Oh, that didn't work. Just sort this side out. We had all these cables here, so they just want to get looped back over these little cable ties. And then we just want to put this one in here, which will just push straight down as you put the cable in. Like so. That should have tucked under there, shouldn't it, like that? There we go. Put it back how it was. And then we just need to tidy these cables up along here. Right, we'll put the lid back on, put all the knobs back on, and just give it a quick test. Okay, moment of truth. Check the input selector's working properly. Oh, I haven't put that button back on, have I? That might need to go in there somehow. There we go. Where's my cat power it on? Yeah, that's much better. That's working as it should. Let's put it onto CD and just check we have output on the scope. Lovely. No. Right, so yeah, the scope's showing fine for that. There's no fluttering or anything. That's lovely. So what we'll just do is give this a bit of a good clean up. It's actually quite a nice amp, this. I like the look of this. Definitely quite a nice, simple looking unit with everything tucked away underneath. But yeah, nice, reasonably simple fit. And that's not brilliant, but I don't know if there's supposed to be anything else holding it in place. But it closes. There we go. It's closed now. You have to do it from that side, don't you, by feel of it. So yeah, nice little amplifier. Source direct, loudness, record out, tone controls, A/B switching. Even got switchable phono. So yeah, it's quite a nice little amplifier, that. Nice simple fix. Another piece of vintage tech saved. See you again next time. Bye for now.